This detox and cleansing concept eventually leads you, if you're really paying attention, if you're really focused on the real magic behind it, it leads you to the beauty path, a beautiful life, a life of colorful representations of nature, where you feel like you are getting nourished by just being in the environment of people who are healthy and being in the environment of your home, which should be healthy. And this is the kind of thing that I like to do right here. Is I like to take that extra energy that I have and put it into growing food. This is our farm there in Hawaii, Noni Land. You can see it's just beauty. It just radiates beauty, right? Let's just look at this. Like, look at that paradise. Is that awesome or what? These are the types of paradises that we want for ourselves, right? We want to be surrounded by this, because it isn't just about, I want to be healthy. It's, I want to be experience a beautiful life. I want to achieve my goals. I want to have time for my family. I want to have time to make those special calls or make those special visits to friends and family members. Okay. And this, let me just show you this little image. These are cacao pods, one of the great fruits of the world. And this is the food that all chocolate is made out of, everybody. That's it right there. We have an orchid growing in that one. You could see this is an image I took at a market in Peru. It's always nice to see. And this is what's on the inside, one of the great fruits of the world. And when your focus is on this kind of a thing, the beauty path, as the Native American people used to say, then you're not focused on all the other stuff. How can I make this, how can I make more money in this job that I hate, where I've got to, be in the suit that I hate, and I've got to drive an hour that I can't stand. And we got to get out of that. We really got to turn our focus into what we love. And if you do that, cleansing and detox becomes easier, because the food oftentimes is disguising an inner angst and frustration we have with our lives, right? Let me repeat that one again. I think that's a really important point. This is what the fasting immediately brings to the fore. And that is the eating, the food, a lot of times just disguising an inner angst or frustration with life that we have. So we're eating to numb it. And when you fast, you face it. And it's amazing to face it. It really is, because you face it and you go, it disappears. It just disintegrates before you. And every day of the water fast, more and more power, you're accumulating more and more power, because you are succeeding. You are winning. You are overcoming the urges in your body to masquerade over an emotional pain. You're facing the emotional pain. You're dealing with it. Those are spiritual things. This is a very spiritual process. The whole process, yes, it's a physical thing, because we're anchored in not eating. So we're in the physical world, and we're going to maybe drink some water instead. But the real battles are emotional. The real battles are mental. The real battles are spiritual. And when you just get into the arena, when you start, all of a sudden you go, there's nothing there. It's a big paper tiger. There's nothing happening here. And that is such an awesome thing. And so then you start to realize, oh, my mind was playing tricks on me. I told myself in my self-talk that I couldn't do it. I took action in spite of my fear. I'm now into the fast, and I realized it was a paper tiger. There's nothing there. That is very powerful. And this is what develops self-esteem. This is what develops courage. This is what develops the next phase of humanity, because we're running into some troubled times. We can all see the troubles that surround us. But what are we going to do about it? We're going to just face the inner demons, the inner troubles. And a lot of those we're disguising with food. And a lot of those come up, and we face them directly with the fasting. Because with the fasting, are you going to want to be watching TV or something? It's not happening. You're going to be wanting to be in this kind of environment. You're going to be wanting to be in a natural environment and looking at stuff like this. You want to look at stuff like that. You want to see things like this. That's what happens. You're going to be wanting to listen to music, beautiful music that inspires you. It's one of my favorite things about fasting is that I can really get deep into music, can really get deep into things that I really enjoy, like reading. I have time suddenly to read, because the less you eat, especially when the waste is out, and I literally have to emphasize it, because people will still come to me weeks later after I've said on every call on our detox and every day, they'd be like, I didn't really have the bowel movements, and I'm just the enemas. It's just not natural. And it's like, let me tell you what's not natural: bathing in your own waste. That's not natural. You need to get that waste out of your body so you can glow in brightness and get your health back. That's what's natural. And so then people still, it's just, they're ideologically possessed. I don't know how else to say it. So be careful. And as you get deeper into it and you start to realize, my God, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling good, then we say you are on God's operating table. That's every fast that I do. It's not about like, am I really like, I don't even care if I have weight or off or not or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's nice to not have anything to grab here. Okay, I will say that, but that's not why I'm doing the fast. The reason why I'm doing the fast at this stage is purely about self-discipline and spirituality. Purely for those reasons. I mean, that's what I love about it. And you can achieve highs, connections with your creator, connections to the sacred, connections to your ancient religions, which is so amazing, right? And just new discoveries about your way of life and your ancestors' way of life. It's incredible. I mean, this fasting is so awesome when you do it right. It's the best high. It's the reason why people are doing drugs, is they're trying to get to what you would get to when you're high on your own supply. That's why. Right? They know that something's wrong. They know that something's wrong with the food. They feel it intuitively. They're trying to get to some sense of feeling abundant and happy and joyful and glowing. And then what's presented in the environment is like alcohol and drugs. And so that's what they choose. And all of a sudden they take the alcohol, the drugs, and they go, oh my God, I feel better. And what they really wanted all that time was to fast. But you can't, when you're on that kind of acidic diet and you're coming out of Doritos and Cheetos and God knows what kind of GMO products, you can't just suddenly go to water. You have to go step by step by step. Now, we have people right now today that are in their second day of their water fast, and they've never done that before, ever. They never did a single day in their whole life of no food, ever. And they're in their second day right now. I've got a friend, he jumped ahead. So he's on his third day of water today. He's never done a single day of water fasting. He's 54 years of age. And he's stoked. He really is, because now he's realizing he can do it. Every year he told me, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, dude, you can do it. Follow my instructions step by step, day by day, and you will do it. And now he's on day 3 of water. This is a guy who he loves popcorn. He's addicted to certain foods. There's no question about it. I mean, I see it in his behavior, and he's on his third day of water. Do you know what kind of incredible triumph that brings into your soul? Do you know how you feel about yourself when you pull something like that off? It's total victory. It's total winning. It's awesome. And that is a spiritual thing, right? Winning is a feeling. Just like beauty, beauty's a feeling. It's a feeling that the way you feel about the world, the way you feel about yourself. And when you have these kind of victories, you get through, like I did it, did a day of water fasting, did 2 days, I did 3 days, did a week. You triumph, and not in a supervised setting. Look, if somebody just pulls the food out, gives you a key and locks you in a room, and a doctor checks on you once every day, sure, you're going to fast, and you could probably fast a long time, but it's going to be a rough one. But to fast in your daily life while doing things normally, I mean, my friend just bought a house. He's been in the middle of business deals. He's on the third day of a water fast. It's on. And that's what we do. This is a time of hyper learning. This is a time of hyper discipline. This is a time of getting your act together. And when you're fasting, it all happens. It's all on. It's so epic. Okay, let's just look at a few more images. This is a chaga mushroom. We found a reishi today. I'm going to show you a reishi. There's another chaga mushroom. These are fun things to do while you're fasting, by the way, and while you're cleansing. Go out into nature. It's not just a walk. Look for things. Have it in your mind, like chaga mushroom. What's he talking about? This black growth on birch trees. Let's go see if we can find it. Have fun. Take a look. Look around you. See what the amazing environment is that it's offering you. It's amazing, right? The incredible bounty of Mother Nature is truly exquisite. It's truly extraordinary.